Right guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while since we've last uploaded a video. Do apologise about that, we've just been slightly busy and especially with the lockdown, just sticking by the guidelines. So now that we've got a chance to meet again, we thought we'll do something, and we'll do something that's relevant now. And the main topic at the moment that everybody's been messaging me about is hay fever. Now, we both suffer from hay fever, so we thought we'll give you our tips and tricks about hay fever. So,
well, realistically, what is hay fever? The main question is, what is hay fever?
hay fever is basically you're having an allergic reaction to pollen or pet hair. So that's the bottom line
or
of
dust.
it. Or dust. So
Yeah.
Your hay fever can fall into three categories. So you've got your dust, your pollen, or your pet hair.
Right, so then how does somebody know what differs from hay fever and flu or a cold?
That's all in the symptoms. I mean, most of the symptoms that people get are very similar. I mean, what we're going to do in the next kind of section is we're going to talk about our symptoms, because we both got hay fever. What's your main symptom?
For me, the main symptom, besides the sneezing and coughing, for me, is getting really bad dry eyes, like itchy eyes.
Okay.
That's the worst thing.
Red eyes. Do you get red eyes?
I get really bad. Like when you're rubbing, it's like you're going to a different dimension.
See,
you rub so much, you think, what planet am I on? And then people act like, oh, who's beating you up? Or what are you crying for? Yeah. It's hay fever.
So you tell them flowers are beating you.
Yeah, I'm getting beaten up by bees and wasps.
Right, okay. Well, I mean, you're right there.
And the runny nose, where you just
throughout the summer, that's all you'll hear me do. But I think my main symptoms, my night times are worse, like evenings and nights. It's not during the day. I get really tickly throat.
I think because in the summer, night times tend to be a lot more hotter, maybe.
The thing is, look, during the day, we're out and about, we're doing something, right? So, some of the things we're going to go through, the tips and tricks, we're doing that already. Yeah. So, the hay fever, it does impact us, but the effects are a lot less.
Yeah.
So, because they're a lot less, we don't feel it as much. But at night, because we're asleep, we're in bed, we can't do that.
You get, I get a lot of sneezing at night time. Like,
I do that thing, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know if you can hear that. So basically, when you try to scratch your throat, so do that.
I can't do it.
Can you hear it?
I can hear it, but I can't do it. Scratch your throat, there you go.
So try it. Everybody try this, right?
So inside.
Yeah, inside. You're making a clicking noise. You leave it, bro.
I can't do it. I tried my best.
So that's the main thing. So my runny nose or blocked nose, my throat and my eyes get really itchy. And like he says, when you rub it and you try to see fairies flowing about. Have you ever done that as a kid? When you rub it so much and you think there's fairies.
Well, to be fair, when I was a kid, I didn't even notice I had hay fever. That makes sense.
Some people.
I think I just realised I had hay fever like afterwards, like when we started going to uni and stuff. That's when I realised, oh yeah, I've got hay fever.
A lot of people grow out of hay fever. Did you know that?
Well, it's a weird thing though, because my daughter, she's 4, she's got hay fever. Yeah. But when none of us as kids had hay fever, which is strange.
No. And also, you're allergic to a certain type of pollen. It's not all pollen. So if you look outside, if you didn't know that, so I asked my doctor, I asked my GP, I went, how come I get hay fever in England and I'm not getting Pakistan?
Yeah, same
why is that, or a different country?
Yeah,
and they said,
it's the atmosphere as well, isn't it?
It's the atmosphere, but it's the pollen, type of pollen you're allergic to. It's only a type of pollen, like a plant or a tree, that's only in this country. Right. So that's something we've got to be mindful of.
Right. So, symptoms of hay fever,
according to
the NHS, are sneezing and coughing.
Sneezing and coughing. So we've already said that. Well, we said sneezing, we didn't really say coughing. So coughing, you can get
a runny or a blocked nose, which where you just went.
We mentioned
about
that
10 times.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, itchy red, watery eyes.
Yeah.
Itchy throat, which you did that.
Yeah.
Disco dancing with your throat.
Yeah. So you've got.
this is a weird one. I've never heard of this one. Loss of smell.
Well, it kind of makes sense when you got a blocked nose.
When you have blocked nose, but then it's just loss of smell. I don't know how extreme they mean loss of smell. If they mean just a blocked nose and you can't smell it.
I've never had that.
Oh.
Have you ever had a loss of smell?
No.
I've never had that. I've had a blocked nose. That counts.
Then you got pain around the temples and forehead, which is a headache.
Yeah, it's a headache. So I've had a bit of a headache.
Earache.
I've not really had an earache, no.
Tiredness.
But earache, do you know what? Mentioning earache, I do a thing called ear candling, copper ear candling, and on there, one of the benefits are it can help. Now, it doesn't cure hay fever, but it helps with hay fever. Because what it does is sinuses are all connected.
Yeah.
So when we clear out this, if there is any pollen particles, it pulls it out. So.
Next one. This is a strange one. Hay fever symptom is tiredness.
Yeah, you do. Have you ever felt that?
No,
When you feel lethargic or laziness, hay fever does that.
not an ad.
Put that way. No, have you ever felt that?
No, honest to God, maybe on an evening at night time when you think your
When you
eyes
can't be
feel
honest.
heavy,
No.
but really you're not tired, but you just hay fever. You know what I mean?
I get it.
When your
I
eyes
get it
are
a
really,
lot.
really heavy, but you think you're tired, but you're actually not.
No, I get it a lot when I can't be asked. I'm like, I'm sat here. You've got hay fever and you can't be asked moving.
The last one is you have a tight feeling in your chest and shortness of breath.
I've not had that.
I think that'll just be like for an extreme case. Obviously, how long does hay fever last? For people that suffer it. It's not all year round. I can't say it's all year. I think when it's cold, it's not there.
Mine is there, I'd say about 4 to 6 weeks.
Really?
4 to 6
Wow.
weeks, yeah.
Mine literally starts.
On and off.
Mine literally starts. Do you know when spring starts?
Yeah.
Literally like 2 weeks into spring.
Yeah, I mean,
And then until it gets cold.
I used to think that I'm gonna get it in the summer.
Yeah. No.
It's not in the summer.
You can have it. You can have it any time around the year. But for me personally, that's when I think it's the worst.
Yeah, because
Around
spring, don't
springtime.
forget, plants are pollinating.
Yeah.
And it's the pollen that's in the air, the bees and stuff like that moving it about, and that's what's catching it. And the wind, what it does is with the pollen, just as the new plants forming, the pollen's flying about. So that's how it is.
Attacks of pollen, isn't it?
That's it.
If only we could see it in the air, we'd be able to dodge it.
I don't think you can.
If it comes in, you can go phew, like Matrix.
This is why you don't drink that stuff that he does.
Yeah. Right. So next,
The
what
do's.
should we not do?
Not do? Okay.
What should we not do? Like for us, we suffer from hay fever. We have family of our own houses. We all live out and about.
Okay.
What things should we avoid doing?
I'll tell you what I do on a
I think
night.
the worst thing is stay away from grass, but it's hard.
It's hard. Grass is everywhere. I mean, I try to avoid cut grass. Or do you know, like people cut their hedges and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Try to avoid that as much as you can, because that's the worst thing for
They
me.
also say walking on grass. Try to avoid walking on grass.
Yeah, because if you're walking on grass, you've got plants.
Well, in how see my garden, how bad it is for me. I've got grass and trees
I'm just
everywhere.
walking in and
You just
looking
walk
at it.
in,
I'm
innit?
like, mad.
Also, try to spend much time outside.
Don't try to spend.
Try not to.
Try not to, yeah.
I said try to spend much time outside. Do not keep fresh flowers in the house.
Yeah. So pollinating in it. So think about it, if you smell plants, you're still gonna get hay fever. So try not to. And when they say, what does it say exactly? Fresh flowers. So it's fresh.
Do not keep
cut.
fresh flowers in the house.
So what they mean is don't keep fresh cut flowers in your house.
You know them flowers you go buy from Morrison's. Go to Tesco's.
Cheaper.
They don't sell them.
Get plastic guns.
Also, do not smoke or be around smoke.
Yeah.
This can cause your symptoms to be worse.
Yeah.
So anyone that's basically smoking shouldn't.
Try to avoid as much as I mean, smoking, that's a total different video that we're going to do on smoking because it is kind of a habit that a lot of people have got. So we'll do a separate video. But what smoking does, it can trigger off your senses, because the thing about smoke is going in your throat, it's going in your nose. It can trigger it off. So try to avoid it.
Obviously, how would that work? Because if you're smoking a cigarette, it's tobacco that you're taking, nicotine inhaling in, aren't you?
It's nicotine, but when you're, that's like me saying, when I'm breathing oxygen, I'm not breathing pollen, am I?
Yeah.
So it's the same
thing,
concept.
This is a common thing for Asians. Whenever they wash their clothes, first thing they do, they go put it in the outside line. Try to avoid that because it can catch pollen. And when you bring that pollen in, you could basically make your symptoms a lot worse.
Yeah, the first thing that we do is we hang it up, don't we? And
we're
relying on the wind to dry it.
Yes.
And the wind also has pollen.
And lastly, don't let pets in the house.
Massive thing. Like I said about
You've
the
got
bees.
a cat. Did your cat go outside?
My cat rarely goes outside.
Really?
I'll be honest with you, it rarely goes outside. You've got to think about plants pollinate by the wind, and animals like bees, cats, dogs, things like that. When they brush against plants, and they take the pollen to another place.
They catch pollen with you.
Now the fur can bring it in, and don't forget pollen. We said at the start, hay fever was caused by pollen and pet hair as well. It can be caused, so you've got to be careful with pets.
Oh yeah, pet hair makes sense, doesn't it? It does make sense. So that's the things that we should try to avoid. Obviously, it's hard.
Have you got anything else that you
hard
to avoid?
For me, I think touching your face.
Touching
your face, like just touching like certain things. You try to avoid it. Like say if you're walking past a gate or you're walking and like I have a tendency to like touch some trees. Like you're just walking, like you see a hedge, you touch a hedge. It's just strange, but it's just like a natural thing.
Yeah.
Like even like when you go to play football or cricket, like you go and you touch the floor. Like I don't know, it's just weird to see how dry it is or if you can be as plain or not. So it just even like clothes, like it's hard. What you just avoiding? Try touching stuff.
I mean, I'll tell you one thing that I try to avoid, which I think we're going to talk about in the next kind of section, is windows. Keep your windows closed. I try to keep my windows closed.
Yeah.
It's difficult with the heat, so we are going to talk about some things that can help in the next kind of section now. Right. So this is called
what the few best things to do.
Tips
according to the NHS.
Yeah, this is all according to NHS.
This is what we think. Well, a lot of what the NHS think you should do. Whether we do them is different.
Yeah.
Whether
we
you
can have
do
a chat what we do at the end.
Yeah. So
but this is according
the
to
first
NHS.
thing the NHS say is put Vaseline around your nostrils to trap pollen. I've tried that.
It works for me.
It doesn't work for me.
Doesn't it?
No.
Are you putting enough?
Yeah.
You do know the concept of why that works, right?
It just catches the pollen.
Yeah, petroleum jelly is quite thick.
You literally just put it around the nostrils there, but it never used to work for me. So like I said to you, it might stop my nose, but then it still affects my eyes. So you meant to put it in and put some Vaseline there, it just like looks like you're going 12 rounds with Mike Tyson. You know what I mean?
No, it doesn't. I mean, don't forget, all these things, you won't get rid of hay fever.
No.
These, you have to do them all, or most of them, to kind of help with it. Yeah. We can never cure.
You can. Well, they say injections or have an operation.
I'm talking about home remedies.
Yeah.
These are all home remedies. I wouldn't.
Right. So second is to wear wraparound sunglasses around your eyes. I've never seen wraparound sunglasses.
I think what I mean is them swimming goggles.
No, I think you know what? Do you know what I mean?
Try that. So see.
Do you know when you go to Subway?
Yeah.
And they cut onions and they put them tight glasses. I think it might be them ones.
No, you do this. Try it. No, it is.
Common thing is wash your hands when you come outside. Wash your face. Have a shower. Change your clothes. That's when you're being outside. It is inconvenient.
Yeah.
You know, going out, coming in, changing clothes most of the time when people have to be out and about as part of the jobs, it's hard. Whereas we'll go out once, we come back and we're at home for the rest of the day. So it's alright for people like us, well, sometimes.
Try to wash your face with cool water.
Cold water, 100%.
Cool water, that helps. I've tried that.
100%, yeah. When you put it around your eyes, you feel like a nice cold sensation as well.
I mean, when I have hay fever, even now when I'm touching my eyes, they're quite warm, so cool water will help cool them down as well. So that irritation you get in the eyes, that'll settle down.
Another thing you mentioned, which you said, was keep windows and doors closed if possible at all times, and stay inside when you can.
Also, if you're at home, it's hot, try to get a fan. I always put a fan. Try to blow it so it's across your face, so it blows any pollen particles that are coming towards you, it blows them away. So I try that. That works for me as well.
Vacuum regularly and dust with a damp cloth.
I didn't know that one. It makes sense.
Well, vacuuming. You get a car in there. Sorry. Vacuuming. You're cleaning away dust, aren't you?
Yeah.
And dust is like one cause of hay fever.
I've never thought about it, but it makes sense.
And obviously damp cloth just says you've got pollen particles like on surfaces.
But it doesn't even have to be pollen, it can be just dust.
Yeah, you're just avoiding them. Lastly, what they say is buy a pollen filter for air vents in your car, which your car should have a pollen filter anyway.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, get it checked.
Yeah, get your cars checked. I mean,
get your car checked.
Most of the times, the best thing is when you're in your car, keep your windows up, aircon, keep that on, especially when it's hot. But just remember, if you're going to have like any kind of heaters or aircon or anything like that, it is pulling air from outside in, so make sure you've got your pollen filters regularly checked. Otherwise, you're going to have some issues because all you're going to be doing is going to be pulling pollen in. Pollen can't get out of your car. No. You're stuck in that car.
Yeah. I'm surprised, but NHS, they've not mentioned medication.
I think this is more home remedies.
Yeah.
What
you can do at home.
I'll tell you what I've heard. I don't know if anybody else has heard. Neti pot. Have you heard of a neti pot? Right, I'll tell you what neti pot is. It's a bit like a cross between a kettle and a watering can, right? So you put water in it, yeah,
Right.
and it's got like a nozzle.
Right.
You put that nozzle in your nostril,
Right.
and you basically tilt your head, and you pour the water.
And everything comes out.
It comes out the other side. So it basically clears it. Now I've never tried it, but it's been recommended to me by people. Neti pot. It's called a neti pot. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
So it's basically you put water in one side and it washes everything.
I've not heard of it, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, so that's one thing.
So I think for me personally, right, I've not tried any herbal remedies. I have tablets.
Okay.
One a day.
Antihistamines.
Yeah.
So make sure you consult your pharmacist or GP before you take any antihistamines.
Yeah, but then they say there's a thing called immunotherapy, which makes you immune to certain allergies.
Okay.
Example.
Okay.
Hay fever. Makes you pollen. What it is, I don't know. It could whether it's an injection, whether it's an operation, whether they just put stuff inside you.
I've come across a few people that do hay fever injections. Personally, I've never tried them, and I don't think, no matter how bad my hay fever is, I wouldn't want to try it. I mean, it's personal choice, so no disrespect to anyone that's done it or is offering that service. But I've never done it personally, personal opinion. But I'll tell you one thing that you mentioned, and it's something that I want to talk about, is one thing that I sell is local honey.
Honey, yeah.
So it has to be local honey. You can't buy honey from a supermarket that's from abroad, because the whole concept of honey is honey has a lot of pollen. And try to get, I sell honey, pure honey on its own, and also honey with pollen in it. What they do is they put extra pollen in just so your body can use to the local pollen in that area. Now,
that'll be the next video.
That will be the next video, but
fingers crossed.
Just to give you a little insight of how that works is, you've got local pollen. You're eating that. You're getting your body used to that.
Used to the pollen, right?
So it doesn't impact you as badly. Now, the only thing is for that to work, you're supposed to have it a full year before.
Right. So we start taking it now for it to work next year.
For next year, yeah. So it can't be, you can't have 1 teaspoon and say, oh yeah, it's worked.
No.
So that's next week.
What else? Like, obviously, you know all about herbal life and herbal medication. Besides honey, what else would you recommend? What, like, we can go to the shop and try, or we can go somewhere and get to not cure it, to help it?
I use
because a lot of people don't like using medication because they believe they're all chemicalized and everything.
Yeah.
So what are you saying?
I was gonna say another thing that I use myself is eucalyptus. Eucalyptus comes in oil as well. So eucalyptus oil. All I do is with eucalyptus is when my nose is really stuffy or I'm getting a really tickly throat, I get some eucalyptus drops. I've got a steamer, but you can use a pan. Put a few drops in, put boiling hot water in, put a towel over your head and breathe. And what that does is it opens your sinuses.
Right.
Now, when it opens your sinuses, everything comes out. So your nose is really stuffy, so all everything that's blocking it comes out. So that helps me. So you can try honey, you can try eucalyptus oil as well, or you can just try steam on its own. If you haven't got eucalyptus oil, try steam, or we've all got balm, vapor rub. You can use that.
Vapor rub, yeah.
It's the same thing.
Does that help, vapor rub?
Yeah.
Or would you... vapor rubs.
It doesn't help with hay fever, it helps with the symptoms. So the stuffy nose and stuff like that, so that's why it helps it.
Opening up the world inside your nose.
Also, when you do come in, always change your clothes, because you don't want the same clothes that you wore outside. Inside, pollen stuck to them, you're going to breathe it. Shower regularly, and that's I think about everything that I do.
Yeah. What, shower regularly?
Shower regularly. It's a top tip that. Top tip there. Shower regularly.
And don't smoke.
Don't smoke, that makes it worse. And keep windows, doors closed as much as possible. Get a fan and Any questions?
Can it be transferred genetically?
Not that I know of.
I don't think no.
Not that I know. I'm not a doctor.
I think hay fever is one of them things that you just catch on as you go. Like I said to you, I didn't
it's
have
allergies.
hay fever until I was 20 years old.
It's different allergies. I mean,
Like, look, my daughter's 4, she's got
are
it.
you allergic to anything else?
No.
So you're not allergic to anything else. I am allergic to penicillin. So penicillin is one of my parents don't have penicillin allergies, but I've got it.
Yeah.
So allergies
It's not
can
genetic,
it can be formed. It's like some
Like
people
asthma.
have asthma. You can be allergic to a lot of things. The worst is if you got hay fever and asthma.
Yeah.
That can make it a lot worse. So,
Yeah.
like you said, anything that we recommended or something, please consult with your local pharmacist. They're always there.
Or just write a message.
You can write us a message. We can find out
Drop
any
him a
questions
message,
you got. We can, reply
Anything
to you.
we don't know, we always research before we tell anyway.
Yeah, and we got herbal doctors.
If we know it, we'll say, look, yeah, this is what it is. If we don't, then we'll say, look, we'll go away and have a look, speak to people, and we'll get a good answer for you.
Yeah, and we got close friends that are pharmacists, nurses, doctors. So if you do have any questions, we can actually get their knowledge on it as well. But please, before taking any medicines, consult with your pharmacist and your GP first.
Even before taking any kind of herbal remedies, maybe?
Herbal, it depends. You make sure you're getting the proper pure stuff, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's mixed.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone that's allergic to honey.
No, I mean herbal things you can't really get. It's all natural, so you can't really. There's nothing. There's only certain medicines that you've got to be careful. That's why we say when you get these, make sure you get them from a proper source that knows what they're selling and knows what's the ingredients of each medicine.
What they're doing, yeah.
So that's everything today. I just want to say thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe, like and share. So share it with somebody else that's got hay fever, or maybe that it might help their friends and family. Anything?
Very cool. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe to this channel, and then we will do more giveaways when we reach our next milestone. How many subscribers have we got?
85.
100 subscribers, we'll give away some pure honey.
We won't pick one, and we'll pick a few.
Yeah, we'll give away some pure honey. Peace.